Imagine you walking into your boss's office and demanding a 200% pay increase. Sounds impossible, right? You guessed right. That sounds impossible. But you know what's possible? Applying the 5 strategies that I'm about to share with you will land you that 200% pay increase while working as a full-time working professional. Now, let's get into it. Now, the very first strategy that will shoot up your pay is for you to acquire a high income skill. There is a cap to some roles. When I graduated from college, I studied international relations and I didn't even understand what that was. And I couldn't find myself a job, so I went into customer service. Now, customer service is so generic and so broad that you cannot earn so much. So imagine how you're trying to 10x your pay with a very basic skill. It's almost impossible. So if you're looking for that significant pay increase, the first thing you need to focus on is, what kind of skill set do I have? Do I have a specialized skill or do I have a generic skill? Specialized skill sets are skills that are difficult for the entire world to have. It's only a few people that have it. Now, that few might be quite a lot, but it's still a few people. And so you are in high demand compared to when you have customer service. Like, anybody can be a customer service representative. So there's nothing unique about that skill set. So nobody is going to pay you so much for that role. And so once I understood that the problem with my pay was the kind of skill set that I had, I needed to upskill myself. And that's how I got myself into project management. And there was a huge jump in my pay once I got specialized skill set like project management and started to develop myself in that role and in that industry and started to grow. So if you're looking to 10x your pay, the first thing you want to do is upgrade your skill set to a very specialized skill set. Now, once you have that skill set, and let's say you've attained the first level of jump and you're looking to further increase your pay, the second thing you want to do is to change your job. Now, you might not be aware, but most people that spend a long time on the same job, in the same role, hardly make a huge jump when it comes to their pay increase. Most of the time, they're going to range anywhere from 2% to 5% and maybe get as high as a 10% increase on a year-by-year basis. And so if you spend a good amount of time with an organization and your pay is not increasing significantly, and that is where your focus is, then it's high time for you to change your job. Because when you change your job, you can get as high as 30%, 40% pay increase just by switching jobs. Now, you did not change your role. You didn't get a new skill. But the fact that you jumped from company A to company B with that same lucrative and specialized skill set, guess what? You could immediately get yourself a 30 to 40% pay increase. So if you spend 10 years on that one company and financially there's nothing for you to write them about, then it's high time for you to start searching, clean up your resume and start looking. And I'm sure that you will get the first pay increase without blinking. Now, the third strategy that can help you 10x your pay is for you to change your location. Now, it's possible for you to have the same skill sets, still be in the same role. And the fact that you change location could give you a good jump on your pay. Some locations don't pay as much. We know, when you're working in a city versus when you're working in a specific country versus when you're even working in a specific industry, some pay more than others. So you want to figure out, am I in the right industry? Am I in the right location? What can I do differently? Because you'll be surprised. Just the same way, houses are not the same, right? If you're living in another zip code, you will be paying higher than the person who is living in this particular zip code. The same thing applies to jobs. Sometimes jobs in specific locations tend to pay higher. So when you are focused on increasing your pay and you know that you've upgraded your skill set, you've upgraded the company you work for, sometimes you need to pay attention to the location of the company that you are working for, because that might be hiding some of those pay that should be coming home to you. Now, another strategy that is guaranteed to increase your pay is you moving into a leadership role. Many times people like to stay with what they know. Now, that is a good starting point, but at some point, you need to start looking for how to move into managerial role, how to move into those leadership positions. Those leadership positions, they pay more. So if you're willing to work more, then you should try getting into those leadership roles because they come with a higher paycheck. And those are ways that you could increase your pay. Stop staying at the same level. Improve yourself, get more responsibilities, and see your pay grow. Also, something else you could do when it comes to increasing your pay is to be very strategic even in your current place of work. So let's say that you love where you work, you love the location, everything seems perfect, and you want to stay with your current employer, but you're looking for ways to improve your pay. Look for how to craft out a new job description for yourself. Don't stay stuck to the job description that you're employed for. Look for the gaps within your organization and take on more responsibilities. Once you're able to take on more responsibilities and once you're able to identify the direct improvement that you've made, then you could take those to your direct manager and ask for a pay increase. Now, I know I said earlier that asking for a 200% pay increase might be impossible, but it's possible for you to get 20%. Anything is possible, but guess what? You're going to have to ask, right? But before you ask, make sure that you've stepped up to that role. Don't just go demanding it because you think that you deserve it. No, that's not how it works. Remember that it's a numbers game when it comes to organizations, and it's whoever is bringing in the bulk and the most value that these organizations are going to value. So even though, you might be fantastic in your current role, you have to find other ways that you could get creative, other ways that you could add value to your current employer. After that, you could then go ask for a pay increase and hoping that you will get some. And I've seen this happen many times where once you add more responsibilities, you then have, that audacity, you then have that confidence to go ask for a pay increase. And more than half of the time, you will get it because if you're very valuable to the company, they will not want to lose you. But make sure that you negotiate strategically, right? Don't go shooting for 100%. Don't go shooting for 200%. You almost will not get that, but shoot for something reasonable. Understand, based on the market, what should that role be earning, and then ask accordingly. And then you might just be able to get it. Now, the whole purpose of this video is for you to know that you don't have to stay stuck on that same job. Even if you're not ready to start a side hustle, it's still possible for you as a full-time working professional to still earn significantly high once you're being strategic and once you're focused on doing the right things. So if you don't like your current pay, do not stay stuck. Don't feel like there's nothing more for you to do, right? There's always something for us to do. And applying these 5 strategies is the best thing that you could do right away. I hope today's video has been super helpful, and I hope you're able to use them to improve your financial situation. Thank you very much for spending another time with me today, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.